I'm not gonna put out the Rayquaza, man. I'm sorry, Alteria. You guys did mad work though. Oh my god. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's gonna be the Mega Rayquaza deck. Pretty much, people believe this is pretty much the new meta or the next best thing to hit TCG, and they're not wrong exactly. It's actually a really fun deck. It's a really good deck too. It's a very powerful deck, but there are a couple things that get in its way. Um, there are a lot of things you want to run in this deck, so what happens is you're not gonna be able to counter every single thing. Like, for instance, my deck does not do well against Suicune or Siglif because I have nobody to attack Siglif besides Ninetales and this guy right here, which don't do amazing amount of damage. So that's one drawback to my deck. There are many different variants. A lot of them run Eevee with Leafeon to counter Suicune and Siglif. Um, there's also this one that runs Ninetales, which is the one I'm running, which basically doesn't really counter anything, but it secures the Skyfield stays. So we never have to lose our bench. Um, Another one that another variant they run is executes, which basically discard them with battle compressor or discard them, however, whatever makes sense to discard them, and then they propagation back, and then they put on the bench, and then once Skyfield gets rid of, they get rid of Skyfield, they put them off, they just put them away, like they're the ones that sacrifice. Um, there are drawbacks to each one of those decks. Basically, if you're playing against a deck that hits the bench with the executes, you're pretty much losing what 3 cards plus depending on the damage. You could also lose Shaymin. There's just a bunch of different things. So one of the main problems with Rayquaza is that he's too busy. Like there's too many things for him, so you don't really know exactly what to run. I'm right now. I'm risking the biscuit by not running anything to counter Suicune. What I'm gonna do is, just because if I do go against that, I'm just gonna license out a different Pokemon and just knock them out. I would have to come up with something else differently to knock out something. I don't have any lasers or anything like that in this deck to save me from Suicune. But let's look into it real quick to see what our main star of the show is. It's Rayquaza-EX. He has 170 HP. He's colorless type, so basically, or flying. I guess that's new flying type. And it's gonna be intensifying burn, and it's 10, which is not that But if an EX does 50 more, which is still So it's 64 energy, and then 3 colors energy. You get Dragon Pulse, which is 100 for. The only drawback is you discard the top 3 cards of your deck, which is once again. So Rayquaza is a very EX, but what makes him really good is his Mega, and his Mega is the Mega Rayquaza EX 220. Is not the most bulky Mega, but he is a pretty good size and a pretty good durability. He's got the Delta Evolution, which basically lets you evolve in the first turn you play him down. Your turn still ends regardless, but if you have the Spirit Link, it does not end. So it's really good. You can power up this guy and Mega Evolve him in the first turn. He does Emerald Break, which is basically the big wave or do the wave. Basically, this Emerald Break, it does 30 times the number of bench Pokemon. Your bench Pokemon. And so it does 30. So you max out at 150 without the stadium. With the stadium, you max out at 240. And then, or if you have muscle band, I guess 170 and 260. I mean, with stadium, with muscle band, if you have muscle bands. Then our next star of the show, which is basically our other half of the deck, is Shaymin-EX. 110 HP, flying type. Also, not very bulky, and once again can be hit fairly easily. But his ability is what makes him really good. The ability is set up. Basically, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. It's an old reprint of another ability that Yuxi had, which is basically the same thing, but it had 7. So 7 is better than 6, but still, it's really good. It's really good for draw power. It is basically the new Jirachi, because Jirachi's gonna get rotated out in like what 2-3 months, and so this would probably be the new staple. Is be having running Shaymins in. He is colorless type, so does fit in any deck. His attack is Sky Return, which is 30. Not that great, but it does return it to this Pokemon all cards attached to it in your hand. So if you want to sacrifice a turn by doing 30, you can get Sky back in your hand. That way, it's not a liability anymore. As far as Shaymin goes, he's a very good EX. The only thing is he is kind of a liability depending on the deck you're facing. Let's see, we got Swablu, and we got the Altaria, which also has Delta Evolution. And the reason why we're running Altaria is for the ability Clear Humming. Each of your colorless Pokemon or flying type Pokemon have no weakness, and basically we're not weak to electric anymore. So Mega Electric and them are we're okay with them. The only difference is Garbodor is still in, so Garbodor can take this out. But then Garbodor can take a lot of things out, so it doesn't really matter. Our tech card of this deck is Ninetales, Barrier Shrine. Each player cannot play stadium cards from his or her hand. So I'm gonna play down my stadium first, then I'm gonna evolve into Ninetales, and then we got the Skyfield unlock. The only thing that gets rid of it is wreck attacks or attacks that get rid of stadiums like Groudon EX or Primal Groudon EX. I'm actually completely fine with that because if he gets rid of the stadium, he pretty much gets rid of his maximum damage potential. He does 200 with it. We resist by 20, but usually the stadium is the fighting stadium, so he gets it back. But then he has power energy, strong energy on it, so that's a couple more. It knocks out the Rayquazas, depending on what he has. But after that, he pretty much caps out at 180, which is enough to knock out another one. We cap out at 150, but we're easier to set up than the Primal Groudon is. Our tech card is Ninetales. He's going to be our Skyfield lockdown. Another one you can run is EV Leafeon, or you can run 2 Executes or 3 Executes. You can load this line down by 1. You can do a couple things. This is pretty much a staple right here. Right here is what you're gonna need. And usually I see people pair a lot with Rayquaza-EX, and basically you pair it because of the ability Verdant Wind. Each of your Pokemon has grass energy attached to it, can be affected by special conditions. It's a very powerful card. It is very useful. We run grass energy, so it's perfect in this deck. But as far as that, this is a staple. Anything else you put into the deck is on your own preference. Altaria, Ninetales, Virizion, it's all on your preference. I'm gonna be honest with you, this deck does cap out at 150 to 180, usually on the first turn. I haven't yet got the full bench 240 yet, but I have capped out at 150, 180 at the first turn. It doesn't really matter what turn you go. You can go first or you can go second. It doesn't really matter too much. Both are kind of beneficial. Second lets you attack if you have this guy, and you can do some good damage. The only thing I want to say is I run 3 Shaymins. It's up to you if you want to run 4 Shaymins. It's completely up to you. It helps consistency. It makes you draw better. So adding another Shaymin is not out of the question. It's just that adding another Shaymin also is another liability. And so, like, right now it hasn't happened yet where there's a lot of decks that do sniping, but it's coming. They're coming. The sniping decks are coming. So we got our item cards for this deck is Battle Compressor. I'm gonna get rid of Lysander trump card, and a Grass Energy like that, because these cards are not. I don't want to draw them. I don't need them, but I can versus secret for them, so I can get them. We got Mega Turbo, and I feel 3 is a good number. 4 is kind of clunky. 3 is a good number. Basically, lets you attach a basic energy card to your Megas, and only works on the Megas, so it's really good. How speed them up. So now with the double colorless and the Mega Turbo energy, we got a fully loaded up Mega Rayquaza. So we also got Trainer's Mail, which I think I like. I think it's a good card. I have 2, so it basically just lets me Trainer's Mail for another trainer card. Put it into our hand, then shuffle the rest of them back. We got 4 Ultra Balls, and Ultra Balls act as a supporter pretty much because we can get Shaymins out. We got 3 Versus Seekers, just to get back anything we need. 2 Colress because we have a big bench, and hopefully our opponent also has a big bench so we can get a good, nice draw. 1 Lysander just to either get something that's a threat or to target other Pokemon. We also have Lysander's trump card, which is basically to prevent us from decking out because we go pretty quick in this. 4 Ends because End. 4 Sycamores because Sycamore. We got 1 Teammates as a tech. I'm always gonna tech 1 just in case. We got our full art Bay Winona. I know. We got full art Bay. She's a gym leader and she's perfect. Look at that. Anyways, she lets you search up for 3 colorless Pokemon and reveal them and then put them in your hand. So you can basically reveal. You can Winona for Rayquaza, Mega, and then Shaymin, or something like that. We got 3 Skyfields because we need to have a good sized bench. We got 3 Spirit Links because Spirit Links are the new meta essentially. Without this, Megas would still probably be, like this probably would have been the first Mega be played if without the Spirit Links, maybe. Um, we also got double Color Energy 3 and then 7 Grass Energies. So like I said, there is quite a bit of things in each deck. It depends on the variant you want to run. This is my variant. You can change things up and make a different variant. There are people that try to get the fastest version of this, and they usually run about 4 Shaymins just to make sure they get the fastest version. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Gonna say it real quick just in case. It's also called a Cray because it's Cray. The other one's called the dragon one's called Rayquaza. I don't know, something like that. So we're going to a battle. Don't look at Dustox. He's sacred. So we're gonna go and play against a random opponent. So good luck to them. This is the Rayquaza deck. Sorry about the weird transition, but it's basically the next deck I fought was the Suicune deck that I showed you in the intro, and my god, did that take forever. That was like about I want to say a 40-minute match, maybe a little longer. It was really long. I couldn't do anything to Suicune. I had to eventually just Lysander out the Caldeos and kill them, and eventually I won. But after being so salty because the guy kept ending me. I didn't say anything like bad, but I was just being salty, and then so it was really long. I don't want to upload that because it was too long. So I'm showing you this one because this guy had a pretty interesting concept or like a revision of the deck. Pretty much it's a grass deck, but it had double dragon energy in it. So there's a dragon in there. So good luck to you, sir. Unfortunately, I did get Shaymin first, which isn't the most amazing card to start off with. Matter of fact, it's kind of bad. But he did mulligan a bunch of times, so that kind of helped us out quite a bit. And that's Dragonite-EX, and I haven't seen that guy in who knows how long. There is, on the bright side, there is versions of them, and Roaring Skies are kind of interesting. I might make a deck with them once I'm done with pretty much all the X's and Megas in this set. But basically, yeah. We're gonna get our Rayquazas, get the bench nice and full. Unfortunately, I didn't get any Spirit Links because if I did, then I can get rid of the Rayquaza Megas in my hand and have a good day. But I'm gonna go in N, get a nice shuffle. I get Spirit Link now, and I get Mega Turbo Energy and N. And the best thing I'd probably get is the Mega Turbo Energy. So, like I said, Shaymin starting off isn't bad, but we did go first, so it gave us a little kind of an edge. Dragonite is a slow starter kind of thing, but what's interesting was he had a Leafeon here, which is probably his tech to Toad, because Dragonite is the EX, and then there's Virizion EX, so he has no way attacking Suicune and Toad, I guess. So I mean, he can attack Toad, but Toad's a hassle. So he does have Leafeon teched in here, which is actually pretty good. His deck's pretty much made to tech against Suicune and Toad. I mean, he knows the meta. So we get our Rayquaza, and we have pretty much the means to attack now. The only problem is we don't have enough bench to knock out Dragonite. And so, unfortunately for us, we did have a slow start for this deck. Usually first turn you get about 150, which still doesn't knock out Dragonite-EX, but 150 is better than 90 right now. But it isn't all too bad. We do get another Ultra Ball. We could get another Shaymin. Hopefully draw 6 more cards. Hopefully that will lead to something better. So we use Shaymin. We get another Mega, which isn't the most amazing thing ever, but we do Mega Evolve our other Rayquaza. So now we have 2. If we can get that one loaded up, it'll be a pretty nice lead, because our opponent still has a 1 energy on Dragonite. So like I said, Dragonite is just pretty speedy. It's just fast. That's partially the reason why it's so competitive. It's so fast. I mean, it lets you do things faster than other Pokemon are able to do. The only one that's as fast as this deck would be the Night March deck, which is probably the most even like 50-50 match, which is also a fun match actually, and just in general, because it's just a fast game, so it's really fun to see. Our opponent puts down the Trevenant, and he also slaps a double dragon energy on Dragonite. So then he Gent Sonics for 140 and discards the grass energy, and that's what, like, I was amazed by that. I don't know why. It just like hit me off my chair right when that happened. I don't know why. It just amazed me. It was like a really good thing. and I'm spazzing out. That's me spazzing out on just that. I'm not even sure why. It just threw me off. I think it was pretty late at night, so maybe that was what did it. But either way, we got another Rayquaza already. So now we got 2 megas. We are damaged on the first one, but hopefully, we got our Vulpix out. We got our tech. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal. Unfortunately, if he puts an energy on Leafeon, he will be able to knock out my Rayquaza Mega. But we do have another one ready to go, so that's not too bad. Surprisingly enough, so Swablu and Altaria have not come in handy yet, because I have not faced a Mega Manectric yet, or any electric Pokemon for that matter. I guess electric Pokemon are still kind of the weaker link of the of the EX of the typing, I guess. But other than that, I haven't seen any Manectrics or any electric Pokemon. So well, Thundurus isn't a great card, but I haven't seen Thundurus either. Either way, we evolve our Altaria, and we have Mega Rayquaza ready to go. He has another EV down, which could be a little problem. It is another attacker, but it doesn't attack for much at this point in time. We're going to go ahead and lock our stadium. We're going to have Ninetales secure that good old Skyfield. The only drawback is if he has some kind of wreck Pokemon in his deck, then we're kind of capped at 150. But with this deck, doesn't look like he has a wreck Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and Lesser Trumps card, just get everything back in there. I discarded like a lot of Mega Turbos and stuff like that in the early match. Luckily, off the prize card, I got Shaymin, so I can draw another about 5 cards, depending. I'm not sure if I got Spirit Link. But there he is. He gets another Leafeon ready, so Leafeon will be able to attack for about 60 damage, which isn't. I mean, normally that'd be a decent amount of damage, but to a Mega, it's not really that. It's like a good dent, but it's not like a major problem. He does lessen out the Shaymin though, so if I had more energy out, that would have been a disastrous hit. I got teammates, which doesn't really prove me useful right now, but I did Shaymin and I got double colorless energy, which is something I don't want to retreat with, but I have to at this point because he's gonna knock out my Shaymin. So yeah, I have to retreat back into Rayquaza. I have 2 more Rayquazas in my hand, but no Spirit Links. I don't want to end my turn. But there you go, 210 to Leafeon, knocking him out. And looks pretty. He's only got EXs, so our opponent seems to basically he just got outsped. Even with the double dragon energy on Dragonite, it wasn't fast enough to handle Rayquaza. Especially since even when we had a slow start too. Rayquaza is just a fast deck in general. You gotta have a fast deck to compete against it, or at least something that can take hits very well. Either way, our opponent was a very great game. It was like his deck really, for some reason, like shined on me. I just love Dragon Pokemon in general. They're not my favorite type, but they're right there. But anyways, that was a good game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It is kind of a different kind of video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna leave like some kind of like a clip of the next deck that I'm making, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. It's not Dustox, don't worry. That's just something for fun. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day, and please like, subscribe, and comment on the video. See if you guys liked it, like it. If you guys have any questions or any kind of thing that you want to ask me, just go and comment. I reply back, usually pretty quick. And then if you guys really enjoyed it, just subscribe, and then just subscribe if please. It's very much appreciated. Sorry, it's because I'm buying packs. All right, thank you guys.